This is Jang, Kim Jong-un's uncle. He once held immense power in North Korea. At one point, he was considered the second most powerful figure in the country, but that wouldn't last. Right now, he's being accused of serious charges. He is standing in a courtroom somewhere inside North Korea, his hands cuffed, while armed guards are behind him. He remains silent as the charges are read out loud: corruption, treason, and attempting to overthrow the state. Moments later, the judge delivers the verdict. Jang is to be executed within hours. We're in Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, one of the most isolated countries in the world. It's December 2011. The temperature had dropped to minus 30 degrees Celsius, yet the streets are filled with endless lines of people. They stand frozen as a funeral procession passes through the crowd. The man who has just died is Kim Jong-il, the second supreme leader of North Korea and the father of Kim Jong Un. People in the crowd are weeping, others are pleading through tears, some even collapse. At the front of the procession is Kim Jong Un. Right behind him is Jang. Although Jang is a top official, he is also family. He is married to Kim Jong-il's sister, making him Kim Jong-un's uncle. After the death of Kim Jong-il, everything shifts. Kim Jong-un assumes leadership of North Korea, taking control of the country's political system, military, and people. In the first months of his rule, Kim Jong-un moved quickly to secure power. He focused on the military, pushed forward nuclear development, and made constant public appearances to show control. But behind the scenes, he was also watching those around him closely. He carried out these moves with the support of his closest advisors. Among them was his uncle Yang. Jang wasn't just a political advisor. He controlled key economic channels between North Korea and China, including trade deals, resource exports, and foreign currency flow. In a country as isolated as North Korea, China is the main economic lifeline. That meant Jang wasn't just influential inside the government. He also had access to outside systems that most officials did not control. During this time, Jang remained close to Kim, appearing beside him at major events and meetings. His experience and influence made him one of the most powerful figures in the government. With decades of political experience and strong connections, he helped guide the leadership through the transition of power after Kim Jong-il's death. But behind the public image, power was shifting. Kim Jong-un was no longer relying on the old leadership. He was starting to remove it. Kim Jong-un's goal was complete control. That meant removing anyone with too much influence, especially officials from his father's era, who might oppose him or limit his power. Over the years, many officials were removed, arrested, or executed under Kim Jong-un's rule. The exact number is unknown. In the months before December 2013, small changes began to appear. Jang showed up less in public, and some of his allies were removed from their positions. It was a sign that he was losing power. Anyone with too much independent power, especially those with outside connections, became a potential threat.
Unlike his father, he exhibits a ruthlessness here by his actions, by the things that he's prepared to do that his father simply was not prepared to do or didn't feel the need to do it. He does.
Weeks before December 2013, a private meeting was held in Pyongyang. It lasted for approximately 3 hours. Kim Jong-un had ordered a review of documents and surveillance footage carried out by officials assigned to investigate Yang. Behind closed doors, leadership members reviewed the findings and debated Yang's position. What followed would become one of the most decisive turning points in North Korea's history. On December 8, 2013, a meeting was held in Pyongyang. Senior officials, generals, and party members filled the room. To them, it seemed like a normal meeting. But this meeting wasn't normal. It had been carefully planned to remove Yang in front of those in power. The meeting started like any other. Everyone arrived early and took their seats, waiting for Kim to enter. He stepped into the hall and approached the stage, shuffling papers as he waited. The room was filled with North Korea's most powerful officials. Before Kim spoke, the tone in the room changed. A senior official stepped forward and began reading a statement. It was about Jang. Facing him, the official read the charges one by one. Corruption, intimidating the leadership, misusing government resources, forming a separate power base within the party. No one in the room dared to speak. Within seconds, security officers moved in. Yang was taken from his seat in front of everyone. The meeting then continued as if nothing had happened. Days later, on December 12th, Yang was brought in for sentencing. The trial and execution reportedly happened on the same day. The proceedings were not made public, although some images later surfaced. Yang's family members in government were removed from their positions. Many of his allies were arrested or disappeared. State media erased him completely. His image was removed from photos and his name was no longer mentioned. For the first time since his uncle's execution, Kim Jong Un appears on stage, and he delivers his message. He says the party is now stronger and more united, that by removing those seen as disloyal or out of line, the Workers' Party has been cleaned up. In his view, this has made it more disciplined, more loyal, and more stable, better able to maintain control and carry the country forward. The fall of Jang was both personal and political. It removed a major rival and showed how far Kim Jong Un was willing to go to secure power. Over the years, Kim has ordered the execution of many officials, including some close to him. But this was different. For the first time in North Korea's history, a close family member had been executed. According to state reports, Jang was tried by a military tribunal and executed immediately after being found guilty. Some sources claim he was executed by firing squad. Others, unverified, suggest more extreme methods. The exact details remain unknown.